From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. For all deer hunters, the wait is finally over. It's the opening weekend of deer season. Wade Middleton and Yamaha's Steve Nessels start this season at the Wendlandt Ranch, Clark's family ranch in Texas.
When I first learned to hunt, I was 8, 9 years old, and I had the opportunity to go with my dad. My brother and I both, just couldn't wait to go. And what happened is he's put so much importance on deer hunting and really opening day, that first hunt of the year, something you anticipate, something you obsess over, something you prepare for. In Texas, deer season always starts on Saturday. He would get us out of school every year. It just helps cement this thought in my mind of how important opening day is. And it's important on a lot of levels because we love to hunt, we love to get out there. Opening day is a huge event.
Well, it's going to be a fun weekend. It's opening weekend. Steve's in camp. We're at the Wendlandts. Kevin, Jeff, everybody's around. It just makes for a fun, adventure when you get all your friends and buddies up for deer hunting scenario. And opening weekend, that just even makes it more exciting because you've been sitting around all summer long waiting for this weekend to get here.
It's pretty easy to understand why opening weekend period is special in any state. In Texas, I guess it's just because it's a lifestyle statewide. I mean, everything comes to life. You can see the cities start to get a little more hustle and bustle. You start, guys are wearing camo more. You walk into whether it's the convenience store or a diner, anywhere, and you know the guy's going hunting. So anticipation, eagerness, for me, anxious. Well, I know that sounds cliche. It's you can't sleep. You're anxious, and I was. I actually expected to sleep okay, but I kept waking up. You just can't wait for it to get there.
As far as opening day goes, a lot of it's preparation. First of all, it's getting those scouting cameras out early on and just starting to look at pictures and looking at deer and looking at some of the potential that's coming up for that year. Then it's getting out there and building stands and getting things ready, and that takes a lot of work. It's all preparation, and then it's actually practicing, whether you're going to be hunting with a bow, whether you're going to be hunting with a rifle. It's getting out there, shooting it, getting ready, getting in the outdoors, preparing for it, and then scouting. I mean, scouting's kind of the last part of it. Seeing rub lines, scrape lines, where deer are moving, and a lot of times at the first of deer season, it's all about what feed are they eating. They're still in bachelor groups. It's early pre-rut. They're not really doing, they're not just running everywhere looking for doe. They're just spending times in groups and just getting ready for the rut. And so, you've got to find the areas where deer want to be.
It's just a great place to start. The Wendlandts are awesome people. They do a really good job with their property and with the deer management out here, and they've got some cool new setups, and they're really good about using cameras to talk about which deer are on the hit list because they're mature, or which ones maybe they're only 4.5, but they'd really love to get a little older. Those guys are outdoorsmen to the core. They really want to do the good thing across the board by the hunter, by the animal. So you can't beat coming here. You're not going to have a bad experience. I mean, come to the Wendlandts, opening season, go home, deer meat in the freezer, or if I have to wait till my next trip, it's still a great experience, and it's one I look forward to a lot. So we stopped in the hole and he's coming right into one of my shooting lanes. I've got it all pre-ranged. I don't need to grab the rangefinder or anything. I know where he's coming. I know how far it is. And I'm guesstimating about 3 to 6 steps, and as long as he's broadside, I'm good. And then all of a sudden he jumps. He kind of I think one of the other bucks might have, postured up and came at him a little bit. Well, he jumped, he turned, and that was it. That was the last we saw him on first morning.
Coming up, Steve has another chance to go back out in the afternoon, and that deer is showing up again. Stay tuned.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it was in them, and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
The full line of Yamaha ATVs and side-by-side vehicles with class-leading durability and reliability. All real-world tough.
The art of the hunt is not painted with a broad brush. Its eye is in the details. The note on the refrigerator. A set of broadheads, tried and true. The well-worn boots, soaked in doe estrus. And a Garmin Rhino. The only GPS with two-way radio. Prepare your measuring tapes, Pope and Young. It's whitetail season in Rhino country.
World's first optical vibration reduction laser rangefinder, the new Monarch 7i VR. Engineered to give you rock-solid target acquisition and more precise ranging in a rugged, compact, easy-to-use laser rangefinder. Monarch 7i VR. Become unshakable. NikonSportOptics.com.
The thing about public land is that most people hunt the same old beaten path. The thing about you is, you're not most folks. Introducing the new TC Compass, only by Thompson Center. Follow your own compass with America's master gunmaker.
Since 1984, Sawyer Products has offered the most technologically advanced solutions for protection against sun and bugs. Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent is effective against mosquitoes and flies. It's safe on you and your gear. And to maximize your protection, use a combination of Picaridin with odorless permethrin for your clothing and gear. Sawyer Stay Put sunscreen will keep you comfortable and getting better protection for even longer. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there. High-Vis Shooting Systems knows that your shooting performance matters in all conditions. All high-vis shooters experience faster target acquisition with our durable light wave sights. Featuring easily interchangeable light pipes, light wave sights give your eyes the exact sight picture you crave. Shoot high-vis. See what you've been missing. Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Cabela's, it's in your nature. StealthCam digital scouting cameras, the game has changed. And by Yamaha ATV, real world tough. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're at the Wendlandt Ranch, Mullen, Texas, for the opening weekend of deer season. Now, after the encounter with a targeted deer in the morning, Steve decides to go back to the creek stand again.
Yeah, the Wolverine as a hunting machine is really underrated. You know, it doesn't have as big a cargo bed as a Viking. It doesn't seat 3 people, but I'll tell you what, that thing gets over some ground really smoothly. And you really can't tell, on a spec sheet how well it rides until you actually get into the seat and give it a go. And I always smile every time someone tells me, I got that Wolverine, it's really good. I'm like, I know it is.
The Yamaha Wolverine features an aggressive, compact look and is designed to be the most capable off-road recreational side-by-side. The Wolverine offers the perfect blend of suspension, handling, drivetrain, and chassis working together to give you the ability to traverse through rough terrain with confidence and best-in-class comfort. Check it out at YamahaMotorsports.com.
We hop in the Wolverine, we go back to the same thing. We park off to the side, off the road, walk in a couple, 300-400 yards, and we get in there and we get quiet, thinking we have a little bit of a wait because prime time's at least a couple hours away. The sun's still high in the sky, and I feel pretty comfortable with the stand. Again, it's a really good setup, and before long, we've got 3 small bucks already in on it. And it's actually still pretty early, and then all heck breaks loose. I mean, there's deer coming from everywhere, and there's a couple different bucks, but off to my right, I see this big mass of horn and animal coming through, and it's him. He's the first shooter buck in. Then as he comes in, he hasn't looked up at us once. Not even in the morning did he look up at us, so I don't think he knows anybody's there. I want to take my time. I want him to be relaxed. I want him to be calm. Head down, feeding, milling around, not worried about, other bucks or hunters. And he seems like he's like that. He comes into an area that I've pre-ranged. I've got it about 30 yards. Oh. Slow down. Slow down.
You see it?
I just lost him on the ridge. But I'm trying to mark him because I think it was a good shot. I think. I think that was a good shot. Felt good. He didn't flinch too much. I hope to goodness that I made a good shot on him. I'm thinking, hopefully he just fell over right after getting out of my view, and we're gonna see some sign, we're gonna have a good trail, and we're gonna go up to him after we give it a few minutes. Got down, looked at the impact spot. Clark came in and joined us for some reinforcements, and found some sign eventually, not a lot. And we went up a couple, 10, 20 yards and decided we needed to come back to camp because if he's bedded down and he's not dead and we jump him, it becomes a really bad scenario. So we're gonna look at the shot on a bigger screen, just see exactly where it might have hit, and we're gonna make a game plan about how we're gonna go at this deer much later in the evening. Got it. Man, dang it. It's not really happening the way I wrote it up. The fact that I thought the shot felt good to now it's back a little bit and actually ended up being back even more, maybe even a little high. He starts knocking me down the ladder of excitement really, really quickly. I'm frazzled. I want to go look for him, but I know the thing to do is to really not rush it at all, ever. So we got the reinforcements, got Clark and Jeff, and we went back in after dinner, and it was probably a full 3+ hours after the actual shot that we went and looked for him. So we're tracking the sign, and it starts to get a little bit more promising as far as the amount of it and the frequency. We'd gone from a drop every 10 yards, and it was hard in some of this brush to see it, to now we're getting it more often. In the direction we're heading, Scott's with us too. Scott Wendlandt, he knows the property probably better than any of us do. Clark next in line, and he had told me as we went in, we're going in a good direction. There's only really one area this deer can go in, and it's over this in this bottom, and it's best that if he went straight. And he's looking at the direction of the sign. He's like, things could be worse. No, don't hug me. You just. You just let loose and then you're coming over to share the love with the wind.
Ah, that was the deer we were smelling.
Oh, good guy. Oh. I got back up. I came back up for sure, but it was just a ride, and ups and downs. And again, hunting can be, in this time it was, you've got him. We collected him. You know, just 3 hours later, it could be, and it has been much worse. This is a job well done at that. May not have gone down exactly how you had scripted it, but you went hunting a specific huge buck, trophy animal, and you got him with a bow. Yeah, we maybe spun our wheels for a couple, 3 hours, but we got him, he's dressed, he's in the freezer, we're good, and man, what an experience on opening day in Texas.
Up next, Wade will hunt with the Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum Stealth Hunter from the Performance Center and experiencing the red dot scope for the first time.
What I love about the Bradley Smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley Smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley Smoker every time I cooked. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. Okay. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
My secret weapon? Evercalm.
It's the first ever calming scent.
It's real smells from bedding areas.
To deer, that means safety.
Evercalm reassures even nervous deer,
which can help you get the shot.
I use Evercalm all season long.
Put it on your boots, your pants, and your decoy.
Its stick form won't wash away or freeze.
Evercalm.
Evercalm. Evercalm.
Evercalm.
Evercalm.
Evercalm.
From the Family Deer Farm at Conquest Scents.
The outdoors. It's been my playground for decades. I enjoy everything about it. Like me, I bet you also look at the outdoors as your own personal playground. And like me, I bet you're always looking for the newest challenge. So come join me in my Smith & Wesson Performance Center handgun and let's share a new experience in the outdoors. Performance when it matters most. From the Smith & Wesson Performance Center.
Walkers continues to push the boundaries with innovations and technology in the shooting, sport, and hunting category. Introducing the all-new Razor Series. Maximum protection, industry-leading noise reduction ratings. With advanced circuitry, SAC, sound-activated compression circuit, true form, super slim profile. Reliable, dependable, comfortable hearing protection. Fulfilling and exceeding the needs of every shooter.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
When you're out hunting, make sure you're carrying GroveTech. GroveTech is designed specifically for the rigorous demands of the hunt and sets the standard for strength and ruggedness when out in the field. GroveTech products have simply built the best tools for the job and are proudly made in the USA. Go hunt. We'll carry the gun. GroveTech.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by High Vis. See what you've been missing. Do All Outdoors. And by Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Performance when it matters most. Performance Center guns originate from standard designs and are created from the ground up. From hand cutting and fitting to fine tuning for precision, these firearms are top performers. Products from the Performance Center are the ultimate expression of old world craftsmanship, blended with modern technology.
Steve's opted to bow hunt this weekend. I'm going to be, trying to take a handgun deer. I'm going to be hunting with the Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum Stealth Hunter from the Performance Center. And I've been spending a lot of time shooting this this summer and learning its nuances, understanding the ballistics of it. And what's unique to this is I'm going to be hunting with a red dot scope. I've never hunted with a red dot. And I've never hunted with this handgun, so I've got two new things that I'm learning and understanding, but both of them have me pretty excited to go to. And the wind is once again dead calm. It's an early morning hunt. And we're just not having any wind, so let it settle down. Probably hunt about 9 or 10 based on the conditions. Last time we were in here, we saw a lot of deer show up later in the morning, so that was kind of exciting to include a shooter. So, that's all you can do in this type of situation. I am gonna get 2 different sets of shooting sticks in here today, because what I noticed when that buck came in yesterday, he was way down there and he came around, and if I'd have had some sticks, I might have been able to take a longer shot out that window. And with shooting this handgun, I feel more confident on those longer range shots when I've got those braces set up. So we're gonna settle in there, let the sun come up, see what's out there.
Find out how it went down when we come back.
Stealth Cam. Proven reliability. Proven quality. Proven performance. Stealth Cam continues to push the boundaries of technology and innovation with its next generation of trail cameras. Proven performance in extreme conditions. Proven. Stealth Cam. Join the Trail Cam revolution.
When perfection is your goal, awards come with the territory. In 2016, 10-point and Wicked Ridge crossbows collected an unprecedented 5 Best-in-Class Industry Awards. The Reverse Draw Carbon Nitro RDX, Best Crossbow by Field & Stream and Peterson's Hunting. The Forward Draw Turbo GT, Best Crossbow by Outdoor Life and Game & Fish. And the Budget-Minded Warrior G3, Great Buy by Field & Stream. Regardless of the features you want or the budget you have, 10-point has an award-winning crossbow for you.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic Ice.
You know, the Turkeynator is a phenomenal knife for those people that are looking for a knife that's going to be great for deboning a lot of your birds. You're looking at a razor sharp blade here on the Turkeynator. It literally will allow you to put it right up against the breastbone and make easy fillet cuts right along the breast to be able to pull them straight off. So if you're looking at cleaning birds, turkeys, dove, ducks, geese, the Bubba Blade Turkeynator, it's the knife that's going to handle the job for you.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
I've been hanging tree stands all my life. All you do is put the tree stand up against a tree, inch your way up, hope you don't fall!
Don't be like this guy. Get a Skyline safety system. Have your stand secured before you step off the ground. Like this guy.
The all-new Skyline safety system is redefining tree stand safety by allowing you to secure your ladder stand to the tree prior to stepping off the ground. For more information and to order yours today, visit SkylineSafetySystem.com.
Purina's Quick Drop is the perfect solution for attracting deer to your location and providing them with the essential nutrients that will encourage their growth.
Use these blocks where you can, and I promise you, not only are you going to see more game, but the game's going to benefit from you placing it out.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Arctic Ice, we put the cool in coolers. And by Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. It's the opening weekend of deer season. Now, Wade starts off the season with handgun hunting using a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum Stealth Hunter from Performance Center.
I think I missed. I think I missed that shot. Oh, dadgummit. I don't know. I really think I pulled that shot. That was pretty intense. Had two shooters out there all over me. Oh, gosh. You know, that deer he came in and circled around. I mean, perfectly broadside shot. Felt good on the hole, felt good on everything. Felt like I'd gone through everything, but I really feel like at the end, I rushed the trigger pull. And this handgun hunting, and I'm not an expert on this. I'm learning this. I really think this is a blast because I've been shooting all summer long and understanding the capabilities of these, you know, Performance Center handguns, and they're phenomenal. And when I take my time and do everything right, I mean, my shots are good. My groupings have gotten better and better as anything in practice, but I really feel like right there, I rushed the shot. I feel like I pulled that shot left. My guts tell me I missed. I hope I'm wrong because that thing's wide and he's big and he's mature.
Golly. What a deer. What a deer. When I took that shot, the first thing that popped into my mind was, you know, I totally missed that deer. And but when we got back and looked, this right here is where I got him at. And the thing about it is, there's no blood. I mean, we never found blood. We're I don't know, 500-600 yards away. And to find this deer, it was a total team effort of people getting out and helping and walking around and looking. You know, when you look at how this went down and you're sitting there this morning and all the great hunts that we had, to find this deer, it's phenomenal because, I mean, I have spent a ton of time practicing with this, and I'm extremely happy with everything about it. I've loved shooting it, but I mean, I pulled my shot. There's no doubt. And when you look at the sign as a hunter, there was no sign. And it was easy to believe that I missed that, but after we looked back at everything, there's a couple people thought, you know, maybe there was a hit, and we would have looked anyway. And then after we got out and just everybody started looking, we were fortunate that Scott spotted this deer and on the other side of the creek, and we were able to get over here and recover him. And I mean, you look at the character of this buck, and you know, when you look at him out there standing in that cut with the bent brow tines and the big tines, I mean, that hunt couldn't have come together absolutely any better. We'll pose him up, take some awesome pictures here, and we'll probably tell that story quite a few times.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, because normally Clark makes me do the hard work, but he's going up the hill with my deer. That's a pretty good deal right there. I think he feels bad for all the times he's hit me in the head with his fishing rod and his baits and everything when we go fishing, so I imagine I'll get payback sometime.
You can find out more about Smith & Wesson Performance Center Stealth Hunter handguns on their website at smith-wesson.com. Hey, and visit us at AmericanaOutdoors.com for in-depth stories from the fields. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.